What's up, Elite Vision family? How's it going? I know this is a day late on this game. I'm always a little bit behind. What is this? This is Monday. Or is this Tuesday? Shoot, I don't even know. Um, but yeah, I'm here to talk about the Fever and Wings game. Playoff level intensity. I'm loving every second of this game. I was jumping out of my seat multiple times watching this game. I mean, this was my first time seeing Satu. Oh, she's scary. She scares me. If we had to play them in the playoffs, this team, the Wings, literally scare me more than just about any other team can. I mean, this is both high-powered offenses that when they're clicking, I think these could be the two best offenses, even though the Wings are, record-wise aren't at the top. They just got Satu since the Olympic break was over. This is not the same Wings team. This is a totally different team. And if they somehow creep into the playoffs, I would be scared shitless, all right? If I had to play this team with Arike and Gubwale, JC Sheldon played magnificent defense. I mean, she picked up Clark all night long, 90 feet. I think she caused Caitlin to get a little fatigued because of her dribbling. I mean, she does a lot more dribbling now in this part of the season than she did in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just dribble, spin, go the other way. She really didn't have a bag of dribbling. I mean, she tried to use speed and physicality a little bit, but now she's between the legs, behind the back. I mean, like 3 moves deep, and I think she was trying to do that so much, and JC Sheldon was she was making her work, and she caused her to lose it a couple times, and I think that's a good defensive scheme, but for the great ones, Caitlin Clark's just one of those players. You might slow her down, and you might think, oh, look, she only has 18 points. But you look at down her stat line, and she's like, oh, yeah, dang it, she's got 13 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals. And then you realize you had her in one spot, but she's so multifaceted. She's such an all-round player that you can only hope to slow down one part of it. But her IQ is what makes her great. It's what separates her. It's like in this rookie class, you have Caitlin Clark, and then I would put Rike Jackson, Cardoso, and Reese in one tier by themselves. I don't know what Brink's going to do, but Clark is in a tier by herself. She really is. I mean, when teams are literally coming up with special schemes just for you that they would never do for any other team, you know that that's something that player that they're scheming for is something special that nobody's ever seen. And that's what Clark is. I know a lot of people will look at Indiana and say, oh, Kelsey Mitchell's their best player. Kelsey Mitchell is... I would love her to get Player of the Month. I love her shooting. I love how her and Clark are becoming the best duo in the league. I mean duo. I'm not saying like front court, back court. No, duo, not back court. Duo in the league. I mean, when you got Clark, 28 points, 12 assists. Kelsey Mitchell with 36 points. And she's assisting. I'm just getting excited, man. She's got 3 assists. If she could increase that by 2 more assists a game, this team would be unstoppable. And Alyssa Smith, and like I said, I even like if y'all keep coming to my page, you will, and you take what I'm saying, and you take it out there into the world, you're gonna look like a really smart basketball analyst. Everything I'm saying. It's coming true. Like when I was talking about Cardoso. And then what happens the next couple of games? Cardoso showing that she's the main offensive player of that team. Like I said, Kelsey Mitchell, like I forgot how long ago it was, Kelsey Mitchell and Clark, when people were saying, oh, they need to trade off Kelsey Mitchell, she's ruining Clark. I'm like, no, this is like Kyrie and Doncic right here. This is two players that they need to stay together. And maybe I just think that because I'm a Spurs fan and I grew up watching Tony Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, and watching them, maybe they didn't win a back-to-back, but they racked up 5 championships. And I don't know what team in the WNBA, NBA, whatever, would be upset about 5 championships. I mean, when you create that chemistry, which it looks like they're doing that. This team is starting to look like something magical. I mean, I'm not going to say they won't get put out the first round. I'm not going to say that. I mean, with basketball, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But with what I'm seeing, they got 2 specialty defensive players in Lexi Hull and Fagbinley. And Fagbinley hadn't even got her offense going. This Indiana team is 6-1 since the Olympic break. 6-1. Their only loss is to the Lynx. Like, grasp that. They beat the Sun, and then they just beat the Wings, who I think are way better than their record says. Way better than their record says. I mean, this team, and they beat Seattle handily. I mean, they're taking care of business against the teams they're supposed to, and they're even beating some teams that maybe they're not supposed to. But this big 4, and then the 2 defensive players of Hull and Fagbinley, I put NaLyssa Smith in the big 4. Because when NaLyssa Smith gets going offensively, she is a handful. And when she gets going emotionally out there, when she gets emotional and she starts just dialing in, this team, I think they can hang with any team in WNBA, any team. But like I was saying, and I forgot to mention Dantas. She is just coming in. And like I said, I was hearing people say, "Oh, she's too slow. She's not right for this offense." She is right for this offense. She can step back and knock the threes down. I mean, they can just literally just start taking over, and she can. I mean, I love her game. I mean, she was a plus 11 out there, 7 points in just 16 minutes. She racked up 4 rebounds. But she can step back and hit the 3, and that's what this team's about. This team is kind of like a mixture of the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. Just fast pace, up and down the court, and they're just all bought into this Caitlin Clark pace. And I don't know, I just got excited. I was just like, I'd be watching the game, and then stuff would happen. I'd be like, whoa, just going crazy. I mean, and the Dallas would do something. It would just make me go, whoa, oh my gosh, look at Agumba Wale, man. I mean, that game's game of the year to me. I mean, I love excitement. I love when players just match each other shot for shot. I don't know about y'all, but I just got off on a rant, and I'm sorry. And I'm hoping I can kind of get through this. I hate making videos too long because I know attention spans and everything. But let's get into some stats right quick. Indiana Fever. Let's start with the main players here. Caitlin Clark, 28 points, 52% from the field, which is the main thing I'm looking at too. 45% from 3. She's one of the best free throw shooters. She was 3 for 4, but she didn't get to the line too much. But she was a +7, 12 assists, 7 turnovers. That's what happens with a fast-paced team. People don't seem to understand that when you're moving up and down the floor, this team is all about taking risks. And Caitlin Clark's, with her turnovers and everything, everybody has bought into her. And now look what it's leading to. So, I mean, but I think she's going to get that back down to where it's 4 or 5. But, man, she's just so fast-paced. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you understand basketball, you understand it. But 28 points, 12 assists, over 50% from the field, over 45% from three. If you're still saying there's a debate on Rookie of the Year, just go watch golf or something. Just go watch golf. Or ping pong or something, like chess. Go watch some chess, man. You know, I'm just like, by now you just got to stop. Kelsey Mitchell, over 50% from the field. So their two top guards, over 50% from the field. And 71% from three for Kelsey Mitchell. 5 of 7. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. I mean, Mitchell and Clark were a combined 10 of 18 from three. She had 3 assists, which I'm ecstatic about. I love the assists. For them. If they could average this many assists between the two of them, whether it's Clark getting 9 and Kelsey getting 6, or Clark getting 10 and Kelsey getting 5, but these two right here are the keys to the kingdom for this team. They're like the Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, which I know Clark's not shooting quite like Steph, but they're like that, or Doncic, Kyrie. They are the most explosive duo in the league. Aaliyah Boston, her shots have kind of went down, but the thing is, she's finding her game. She's in there quietly, but you know, you have people that draw attention, and she's just one of those people that draw attention. She hit 50% of her shots, 2 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 block shots. That's huge. 7 points. But I love Aaliyah Boston, man. I think she keeps Caitlin Clark level-headed out there as much as possible. She's like Clark's best friend out there. NaLyssa Smith, 14 points. I love it when she's in the game. Like I said 3 videos ago, when they cut her minutes, I was like, that's not a good idea, and this is just proof. Like I said, keep listening to me. 14 points, 3 block shots, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, over 50% from the field. So Clark, Mitchell, Boston, NaLyssa Smith, all combined, the big 4, all of them over 50% from the field. Even Lexi Hull was 50% from the field. Fag Benley was 50%. But anyway, Lexi Hull, 6 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. She's just like, she's going to be that person that we're going to be in the playoffs against the Liberty or something, and we're going to be only up by 1 point, and we're going to shoot the ball, and we're going to miss it, and we're all going to be freaking out that the Liberty are going to get the rebound and go score. But here comes Lexi Hull out of nowhere with the offensive rebound to run the clock out. That's what Lexi Hull is going to bring to this team. She's a +9 when she was on the floor. But yeah, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. She is a hard worker. She busts her ass out there. 6 points, but 2 block shots. Loving it, man. Just with Boston, Smith, and Hull, that's 8 block shots between them 3. Fag Benley, like I said, she does what, when they played the Sky, she nullified Angel Reese. She's gritty, and every once in a while she's really nice to her teammates, and every once in a while you'll see her get fiery out there. And she can jump, man. I mean, she's just like, she's that physical presence. We have defense, we have physical presence, we have shooting, we have passing, we have it all. Speed. But Fag Benley, 3 rebounds, just 2 points, 2 turnovers. But, that, like I said, she's our defensive stopper. Dantas, like I said, she goes out there, she hit a 3, 7 points, 3 steals. She had 3 steals out there, 4 rebounds, and she just plays with the team. When she's playing with the team and not like getting too much on shooting her 3, I know she likes to hit it, and she has confidence, and that's what we need, especially when it comes in the playoffs. She fits in with the offense really well, I believe. She can step back. She knows when to step back. She can get down there, and she's another big body. With Fag Benley, Dantas, Boston, NaLyssa Smith, we can throw at people. We're ready for any bigs that we go against. Erica Wheeler, she's just the best teammate player out there, man. I get a smile on my face with her and Lexi Hull and Samuelson. We have that team spirit, that camaraderie. They're just building that, what the Spurs had, what the Warriors had in their primes. It's that dangerous camaraderie that they're just like all there for each other when they all bought into each other. But yeah, that's what I gotta say for the Fever. The Fever, they had back-to-back 100-point games. But let's go to the Wings. Man, they're dangerous. This is a dangerous team. Satu with 25 points. She's a big body, 4 and 9 from 3. She had 4 rebounds. Natasha Howard, another big body, 18 points, 9 assists. She had 7 turnovers, but she had 9 assists, 5 rebounds. She didn't shoot too well. And then they had the Rike Gumbawale, 34 points. I skipped McCowan, but hang on. 34 points, 8 rebounds, career high. I think she's starting to take a page from Clark. Like, hey, if I go out there and rebound along with my scoring and do other things, then I can help my team go to that next level. She's already got the one-on-one scoring ability, probably one of the best in the league. And with Sabali or Satu, however you want to refer to her, and Howard and Gumbawale, this is a dangerous team, super dangerous team. I mean, she hit pretty much 50%. I'm gonna give her that 50%. I'm gonna round up 50% from the field. Took 16 threes, hit 56% of them. I mean, she was just on fire. Career high in threes, tied with our Kelsey Mitchell, who's done it before. But 34 points, 8 rebounds, great game. McCowan, she's just a big body out there, man. She's tough out there. J.C. Sheldon, she wasn't getting much more playing time until this game, and all of a sudden, this may open it up for J.C. I would like it, man. Like if they somehow met in the playoffs or something, and it came down to Sheldon meeting Caitlin, I'd like to see that again. But yeah, this Wings team, I wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs. I'm telling you, I wouldn't. I'd be afraid of them being like that 8 seed that just, they're not an 8 seed. They're not. Their record, because that's happened before. Like when the Grizzlies beat the Spurs. That Grizzlies team, they were an 8 seed, but they weren't an 8 seed. Like sometimes things happen where your record's not showing what you really are. And that's what I feel Dallas could be. They could be a true dark horse in the playoffs if they were to make it. I mean, since they've been back, the only teams they've lost to are the Liberty from the Olympic break, the Liberty, who's first place, the Sun, who's second place, and the Fever, who are the hottest team in the WNBA right now. That's the only teams they've lost to. They beat the Lynx. They beat the Mercury, I believe it was. And they just got this trio who's just constantly 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Throw a 30 in there, here and there. But, man, that game was just crazy. And if you watch that game, you will become a fan of the WNBA. I'm loving it. But I appreciate more the interaction I've been getting. I really do need more subscribers, please. I mean, I can't really truly grow this channel unless I get subscribers. I mean, you subscribe, just hit that button to subscribe, and you'll just see when my videos come out. And there's nothing else you got to do. You ain't got to sign a membership. You ain't got to pay monthly dues. Just hit that subscribe button, and the plus you're gonna get is you'll just see when my videos come out. There's no negative to it. Leave comments. I will always try to reply to everybody's comments. Right now, I'm small enough that I can do that. But please, give me some subscriptions, y'all. Every time I see I get more views, I'm happier because I'm seeing people are like taking the time out of their day to just, devour some content from me. I'm going to try to keep it entertaining. My next video is going to be pretty entertaining. It's going to be about Sheryl Swoops. And y'all just have to see it. You subscribe, you'll see it. Just subscribe and you'll see it when it comes out. I'm gonna try to bring a lot more, like I haven't really been too funny in these videos. The last video I tried to be a little funny about Reese's podcast and everything. I did go a little overboard, but that's what you gotta do sometimes, man. You gotta make things entertaining for people. But even when I'm making it entertaining, I'm always gonna try to be honest, and my takes are always gonna be like truthful from the heart. I'm not going to try to be biased, even though I do have favorite teams. I'll be biased in who I want to win, but, I'll be honest, and if my team loses, like, hey, this is why we lost, we sucked at this, whatever. But, that's all I got for you. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Please, please. I threw 2 of them in there. That should be enough to get it. But that's all I got. I'm glad y'all took time to watch my video. Peace out.